So this whole concept about uncovering blind spots and changing your perspective to see how the other person is looking at things is a great segue into this next concept that is presented in the book about in order to acquire wisdom, which is essentially what we're discussing here, you really need to be able to break down a problem into its various components and pieces to ensure that you really understand what you're solving for, and that you really understand the solution. And how I find myself being able to do that or attempting to improve the way I do that is by giving these business problems that I'm facing or challenges or opportunities a physical form, something that I'm familiar with, or something that is more real to me. For example, like a Rubik's Cube. I may sit and ponder a bit about a situation and give it the form of a cube and the different faces of a cube or different components of the problem or opportunity that I'm in. And I could see myself moving them, changing perspectives, thinking about the different stakeholders, and also really unpacking that Rubik's Cube to its core blocks to ensure that I am really understanding every nook and cranny about what's really happening here. Not only can I give a problem, a physical form in my head, right? A business situation that can seem vague at times, giving it this frame of reference of an object can help. I also use virtual boards like Miro.com, where you can do whiteboarding. You can even collaborate with others on doing this whiteboarding and put stickies and put really quick designs and blocks around your issues and break those down to ensure that you clearly understand what's the nature of the situation. And why this is important is because most people in business, a lot of times I've experienced, they talk in generalities or they get very technical and get lost in jargon and industry jargon. And what I found is that many times they really don't know what they're talking about. They know the lingo and they know the pitch. But as soon as you start poking holes or asking deeper questions, a lot of times they can get stuck, right? And what you don't want to do is be in that situation. So being able to take that Rubik's Cube, break it down to its component, think of a tree, right? You have a big issue and you have this huge tree, and then you have these branches that are the components of the issue at hand, maybe the different stakeholders, maybe the different perspectives or the risks, and then you have the leaves that further break those down. And you would unpack, if you're unfamiliar with the term, or if you're familiar with what a certain person involved does or where they're coming from, you pin them down on your virtual board, or you give them a block on your Rubik's Cube, and you give them a space, right? And you're really trying to understand what their role is, or what that situation, piece of the situation's role is in the larger picture. And this is really how you begin to acquire knowledge, right? It's like if you had a watch, right? And I know that I can tell time with this watch, right? I know that right now is actually midnight, scarily, freakishly so, midnight on the dot. I know that the watch I can rely on the watch doing but do I really understand the watch? Do I really know what's going on in the watch? I know it has a couple of tick marks, right? I know it has a face. I know it has, a wristband, but do I really know the mechanics of the watch? I don't, right? And if I was wanting to sell this watch, or if I was wanting to, per se, make a watch of my own, I would really, it would behoove me to really understand the various components so that I can be more articulate about what's going on, what differentiates this watch, what makes it better than others, and where there are problems or issues with the watch that I can improve, and how I can match the characteristics of this watch with somebody who that has a lifestyle where this watch would be applicable. So anyways, we've covered a few frameworks here and a few different concepts, all under the guise of acquiring wisdom. We talked about being able to use frameworks to uncover your blind spots. We talked about being able to change perspectives, and we talked about breaking down problems to its very core. The whole concept of these videos is to keep them relatively short and sweet. So I'll keep it there. I'll have some follow-up videos where we'll unpack related concepts, and we'll go into other sections of the volume 1, great mental models, general thinking concepts. And hopefully we can continue this engagement, right? I want to get your feedback so we can iterate and improve on the videos and the content that we provide. So please leave a comment. I'd be super appreciative if you subscribe, hit the like button, and set those reminders or those notifications to alert you whenever a new video comes out. But please let me know your thoughts here. And until the next time, again, thank you for joining Beltran Digital, and be well.